Tribulation Trump states that he wants to open up America with a big bang on the 1st of May, which is about, 15, 16 days from now. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I can tell you this, Andrew Cuomo smells blood in the water, and so does Gavin Newsom of California. Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, and Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, and Jay somebody smells of Washington State. They all smell blood in the water, and by that I mean Trump has. I wrote something. I think I can. It's best tweet I wrote. Donald Trump, you are totally exposed, has made an absolute dumb clown class mistake handling the coronavirus. People died who did not have to if you had acted with integrity. Ask monkey see, monkey do, demon and death, diamond and silk, if this blunder will go away like a miracle. Trump has done a lot of things, the Mueller investigation, the Ukrainian investigation, the Russia's helping him, the meeting with Jared and with Donald Jr. at Trump Tower, and the Vesperskaya and all the other things, and WikiLeaks, and calling for Russia to release Hillary's emails, and just bullying people like Jeb Bush, Ted Cruz, Mario, all of the Trump just, and won the presidency, right? He's done a lot of things. But this one's got him. And the others had him too, but no, this is different. And the reason why this one is different is because the rednecks are going to feel the pain of this. They've been running around here talking about this is just like the flu, and this coronavirus is just something that, Nancy Pelosi has cooked up along with Chuck Schumer to try to bring down Trump and take the presidency from him because they can't do it otherwise. But, at some point, somebody close to Sean Hannity going to die of coronavirus. Somebody close to the people that produce Sean Hannity himself. By the way, Boris Johnson over there in the UK, they put him in the hospital a week ago, and then they said they took him to intensive care where he was on a breathing machine. And then this past weekend on Easter, he rose up like Jesus, Boris Johnson. I don't believe it. I swear, I don't know. I don't want to be cynical. I don't believe Boris Johnson. I think that was a scheme. I think that boy, lied and said he had coronavirus. And then he got them British people, them Brits over there lied and said they put him in the ICU and then on a breathing machine. And then guess what? On Easter Sunday morning, he gets up and says, I'm healed. I just don't believe it. Boris Johnson. Anyway, so what you have happening here now is that Trump is saying that he wants to open up America again for, on the 1st of May, because a lot of the redneck companies, I'm waiting on somebody close to Sean Hannity, somebody close to Jeanine Pirro, or Sean Hannity himself dying. And I'm not praying that he would die. I'm just waiting. He might die. Who knows? Jeanine Pirro, Tucker Carlson, Fox staff, or somebody important in Fox died from coronavirus. And then, all these people down there in Trump's territory, red state territory, because coronavirus is coming to visit them too. Maybe not at the length it came, but it's going to kill grandma. No, homeboy, grandma going to die, and your college age daughter going to die. Your wife at 29 years of age in red state, she going to die too from coronavirus. And see if you still say it's a damn hoax when these people start dying. They start dying. Wait till the summer comes. You're going to see people in red state, conservative, Southern Baptist people dying like they died up here in New York, in New Jersey. And what you going to say then? So the issue is here is that this one's got Trump because, people couldn't, the rednecks, red state people, they didn't have enough intelligence to understand the Mueller investigation and, Russian collusion. It was just too much. It's like nuclear science or something, or rocket science, trying to get them to understand all the intricate workings of how Trump colluded with Russia to win the election. Oh, that's too much to think about it one time. And then, of course, the Ukraine conversation was another thing, And all Trump had to say, deep state, these people are out to get me. They had no business leaking the story and on and on and on. And no Republicans, although, except for, Witness Protection Program Romney, no Republican, though they knew Trump was guilty as sin, they exonerated him. It wasn't that it wasn't valid, that the Ukraine the investigation wasn't valid. They just decided not to. The Republicans said it's better to keep him in office than take him out. But this Ukraine thing is different. Grandma gonna die. And your daughter and your children gonna die too. Now they gonna, and you may die. You may die with a red hat on, saying make America racist again, but you're gonna die. And when that happened, and not only that, but Andrew Cuomo, who wants to be president himself, he smells blood in the water. He sees now that Trump, if he can't get the economy back up and going by the 1st of May, his chances of re-election are going to be 2. He's got 2 chances. One is slim and the other is none. And by November, so he's got to try to get the economy going again. He's got to try to find a way to stop this virus. He tried to get you to take that hydrochloric chlorophine. He tried to get you to take that. Everybody knows it don't work, but he's pushing it, like a drug dealer on 16th Street and 8th Avenue doing the heroin. Trump was pushing that drug. That Trump is the pusher man. Pusher man. Trump was pushing that hydrochloroquine. Pushing. Trump is a pusher man. Get your job on 9 Mile Road up there in Detroit. Trump the pusher man. Pushing that hydrochloroquine drug. He pushing it and pushing it. Hydroxychloroquine. Okay, I got it right. So what? You didn't know I didn't say it right. Hydroxychloroquine. Trump the pusher man. It's the pusher man. The pusher. Trump was pushing that drug. Anyway, so the deal is this, is that now Trump said he's going to open up. So Andrew Cuomo got together with Phil Murphy from New Jersey, and the governor of Connecticut, and the governor of Delaware, and the governor of Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, and Pennsylvania. I don't know if Rhode Island. Pennsylvania. 7 Northeast states have all band together and say we're going to work together and we'll decide when we're going to open up. Trump said the other day he's got total power. He's the president. He got total power. And that snake-eyed Mike Pence came along and said he got plenary power. Most people won't know what the hell does plenary mean. I don't think Mike Pence knows what plenary means. But at any rate, so you got the governor of Washington State up there in Seattle, and you got the governor of Oregon, and you got Gavin Newsom in California on the East Coast, West Coast, almost like the rap gang. They're all now saying, we'll open up we're going to do this thing. Trump ain't going to tell us what to do and how to do it. They got Trump in a box. They understand now, first of all, that this coronavirus is not like the Mueller investigation. It ain't. You can't swat this away. This coronavirus is not like the Ukraine investigation. You can't swat this away. The people can understand death. Now these red state people were not intelligent enough to understand the nuances of the Russia investigation. They just weren't smart enough to do it. You got to figure. You got to be able to put several facts together and come to a conclusion, philosophically and spiritually, and also politically. And the red state people weren't able to do that, so they just said, "The heck with it." But death, they understand. And death is coming to the red state. Oh, it is. And it'll come proportionally. It didn't get there yet, but look out, Texas is coming. Look out, Mississippi. Look out, it's already in Louisiana, down at that Mardi Gras. And it's coming to Arkansas. Although Asa Hutchinson thinks he's got a plan down there as the governor to stop it. South Carolina, Ohio, Indiana. Listen, they're closing down the Smithfield meatpacking plant in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. No, it's coming to the red states. And people are going to look and say, remember when Trump said, oh, well, we only got 15 cases in America. 8 of these people will be going home. And pretty soon it'll be down to 0. And then he said at another time, oh, we got this under control, right? We got this under control. We're handling this. Anybody who wants to get a test can get a test, right? He said all that down at the CDC, down in Atlanta. And then they had monkey see, monkey do. Y'all call them Diamond and Silk. tell him it's all going to go away like a miracle. Then Trump said, yeah, we're going to open up the churches by Easter. The churches are going to be packed. Monkey see, monkey do told him to say that one, right? Y'all call them diamond and silk. They're in the office, monkey see on the left, monkey do on the right. They're telling Trump, tell the world it's going to go away by Easter. Look at that big grin. Look at that grin, monkey see, monkey do. And so Easter came and went with a big bang. The emptiest period in the history of Christendom, of churches. So Trump can't wiggle out of this. This ain't no hope. This ain't no red. This ain't no deep state. No, this stuff, this death stinks. It's for real. So I can tell you that, so the governors have got together and said, we're going to make it even worse for Trump. That boy went off yesterday in that briefing. I don't know if y'all see it. That boy went off on that CBS reporter. He went off. Then he stood there and said, I'm the president. I got total control. And the reporter said, no, you said it ain't true. He went off on her. And then Dr. Fauci, who Trump keeps calling Tony. You know, what the hell? The man's a doctor. You know, Tony. I'll let Tony tell you. Then one time he called him Anthony. The man is a doctor, Trump. Well, Tony will tell you. And Tony was on Jay Tapper, Meet the Nation or somebody on Sunday and said that people have died because Trump acted slow. He got back and walked that back, fell on his sword yesterday, so I ain't got no more respect for him no more. He's through. We don't have no other use for that Dr. Fauci boy. But why does Trump call him Tony? Then the other day, the woman standing beside Dr. Burke, Deborah Burke, he started calling her Deborah. So at any rate, it's all over with for Trump. The market is in the tank, in the toilet, I should say. Pardon if you're a little sensitive to that. And people are dying. Let me tell you something. You're not going to get people, people are cooped up in their houses right now and they want to go outside. I was trying to find the Temptation song. Some song, I want to go outside in the rain. Who was it that did that song? I want to go outside in the rain. One of those groups. It wasn't Temptations. But you're not going to get people to go back out so easily. Once this thing is over with. They say they declared it is over with. Some people saying it won't be over until September. A lot of schools have gone ahead and closed right down through the end of through June, and they're promised to open up again in September. But I don't know if you're going to get people to go back to restaurants or go back to shopping. A lot of jobs are going to shut down. A lot of people are going to commit suicide. And a lot of people are going to die. This is not going to leave America in a good state. Even if everything was normal right now, nobody would believe it. I know I ain't going to believe it. I'm going to put on a mask and some gloves too. I don't carry a gun. Anyway, so it ain't over with. No, I'm going to keep on broadcasting too, by the way. A lot of people figured out they don't have to come to church anymore. Ain't going to come to church. Haven't been to church. People are sitting up there in Brooklyn Tabernacle. They ain't going to church now. They're going to figure out, why was I going there in the first place? And they ain't going back. And so it's going to be something to behold. So America's permanently closed, and so is Europe, And then you got long food lines. And the politics have now taken place. People see that Trump is a wounded animal right now. He is a wounded animal. Now, he still can be dangerous, and he is dangerous. He's dangerous. But right now, he's wounded. And he survived the Russia thing, not because he wasn't guilty, it's just that people didn't understand it, people didn't need to understand it. They didn't have the mental, intellectual strength to be able to do so. And others didn't care. So my thing is that, but what the reason why, I want y'all to come up close because I want to tell you this. The reason why it ain't over with is because we're going to have a J5 shooting war. I have been posting up stuff on Twitter just to see how some of my former colleagues respond to me. You know, they're not calling me the N-word, calling me a coon, you know, and saying all kinds of stuff that I ain't a preacher no more and all that kind of stuff. And I purposely what I put out on Twitter and Facebook is true, but I also put it out there to see how some of my former colleagues respond to me, you know, which give me some indication in a compilation way of what will happen if Trump gets taken down in the November election, or even before then. He may commit suicide before then. You know I've been telling y'all that, right? The J5 boy wants a shooting war. The National Rifle Association people. These J5 boys, they just want to start shooting. They want a reason to shoot. Yeah, if Trump doesn't get elected, and Trump said there was a fake deep state, it was a fake election, these J5 boys are going to start shooting. I'm telling you. Listen to me. You listen to me. I'm telling you, these boys listen, these boys got AR-15s, the Kalinskov rifle, they got they got weapons up the wazoo in their houses, right? Flamethrowers even, bazookas. These J5 boys down there in the redneck country. These boys want to get into a shooting war. They can't, they want somebody to do something to Trump. And they're going to start shooting. They're going to start shooting. And they're going to say, we're defending our democracy. We the Minutemen, or something like that. We the militia. They're going to start shooting. Then I go to Chicago. The boys in Chicago know how to shoot back. Anyway, so I'm telling you, the worst ain't over with yet. And I think most of these boys are past their amorous, that's a fancy word, saying for their love and affection for Trump. I think they're past that. I think they just want to start shooting. They just want to start shooting people. You know, these J5 boys, they got all them guns, all that. They got boxes and boxes of ammunition. They got trucks. They got bulletproof windows in their trucks, you know, and they just want to start shooting. And the least little thing will put them a shoot, tick them off. And they all going to start shooting. They're going to start shooting each other. But they ready to go. These boys want to go. And you mess with Trump, talking about this coronavirus, and don't reelect Trump, talking about, so they ready to shoot. So get ready for that. I'm staying up here in New York. I'm putting together a group called the Mau Mau's. I'll talk to you about that later. They'll be after the LGBT crowd. But there's another thing is that you know the Trump here Bernie Sanders, y'all know Bernie, old man Bernie, communist Bernie, socialist Bernie. Yesterday, a week ago, 5 days ago, he declared he was suspending his campaign. Then he gave a lukewarm endorsement of Sleepy Joe Biden. All right. And then yesterday, in the midst of everything else going on yesterday, Bernie Sanders got together in a live stream on one camera on him and the other camera on Sleepy Joe Biden. Not to call him Sleepy Joe, that's Trump's name for him. I call him Biden my time. Joe Biden my time, that's what I call him. I can come up with my own names. I don't need nobody else's name. I can do my own thing. Don't you tell me how to do my thing when you can't do your own. I can do my own thing. So his name is Joe Biden my time. What a disgrace. What a disappointment in life this guy is. Anyway, yesterday, Bernie Sanders gets on the live stream and then gives a full-throated endorsement of Biden my time, Joe Biden my time, and said that Donald Trump is the most dangerous president in modern history. And I don't know why I keep saying that. He is the most dangerous president, but not in modern history. He's the most dangerous president in the history of presidents of America. I don't know what Bernie said. Somebody need to pull him to the side and say, wait a minute, stop saying in modern history. Modern history, you're only going back like that 70 years or so. That's modernity. You know, we've been around here for a couple of hundred years. This is our 244th year. There ain't never been anybody as demented as this guy. This is one fool. This boy Trump, this is one class A fool. And what makes him so he's dangerous was he's pathological. He does not understand. He really doesn't understand, that there's somebody else in the world other than him. He doesn't. He needs to be on medication, that boy. But also what makes him dangerous is that he's got all these red state people who want to start a war. That's all they want. They want a war. They want a war. They want to shoot. They got guns. And they want to use them. And this taking down Trump will give them reason to start a war. That makes him dangerous as well. So, Bernie Sanders endorsed Joe Biden yesterday because they see the doors are closing in on Trump. So Bernie said, well, I'm going to get together with Biden. I hate his guts, but I'm going to get together and I'm going to bring all my people over and put them with Biden's people. That's going to scare the living jeebas out of Trump. Yes, so Trump had a bad day yesterday. He's talking about an Easter Monday. That boy had a bad day yesterday. I didn't pull up the footage of what happened in that press conference yesterday because I figure most of y'all saw it. That boy had a bad day yesterday. And then to make matters, what started today was Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders and endorsing Biden. And then after that, Andrew Cuomo got together with 10 other governors and said, Trump ain't gonna tell us when to open nothing. Trump ain't gonna tell us when to open a can of soup. We'll open it when we get ready. And they band together. That was worse. And then he had that doggone press conference yesterday. That thing was off the rails yesterday. So that boy had a bad day. This is a bit of a news blog we do looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning, and I'm here to serve you with news and information.